Welcome to the final day of the main event. I'm James Hartigan, he's Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And it's time to find a champion. A starting field of 1,073 is down to the last 6. And with 3 years since our last event in Monaco, this one means a lot.
EPT history could be made in multiple ways. We could have our first ever Brazilian European Poker Tour champion, Vamo, or the first ever winner from Moldova, Maya he, Maya ha.
Well, there's also the possibility of our first Danish champ in a decade.
Puha.
Plus, there's an online qualifier in the mix.
GL.
Not to mention the last remaining French player.
Voila.
And an American on his first trip to Europe.
Yeehaw. Let's go.
Each of our finalists knows that just 5 players stand between them and victory.
I'm the king, you're the killer. I'm coming up like a winner.
Winning this event for me would mean the world. It's hard to describe. I would be so happy.
I want to be the first EPT champion from Moldova. Well, that would be quite the resume.
It's a dream coming true as a qualifier run so deep. But to be honest, I'm thinking about the trophy.
I'm not here to ladder up. Winning the title for me means more than any of the financial gains that I can have.
Eu acho que é o sonho de todo brasileiro, né? Eu tô aqui representando essa comunidade enorme do Brasil. E é para entrar para a história do poker mundial. E eu tô aqui para fazer história.
Lifting the EPT trophy, it would mean everything to me. The money, it's great, but it's being crowned champion. It just gives you butterflies.
6 claims to the title. Let the battle for championship glory begin.
Stavich takes the win here in Barcelona.
Jason Mercier, he went with his instinct, he made the call.
There's the professional level, and there's the Ivy League.
Sebastian Paoli coming to terms with what he has just achieved.
Nicky Corrin has done it! 2 main event titles!
Sebastian Mallets has gone from poker fanboy to poker champion.
This is why people love the EPT.
It's our final day here on the French Riviera for the PokerStars EPT presented by Monte-Carlo Casino. 4 days of grueling poker to get to this point, and once the sun has set, someone will be clutching main event gold. Last time, the final 9 became the final 6. First to go, Alejandro Romero. But he did score his biggest cash to date. Yannick Cardo suffered not 1 but 2 bad beats. First his queens lost to a 1-outer, and then he had aces cracked by the kings of Marcellus Simoes. Finally, Ramon Kalilas lost a flip to bring the day to an end. Another great run for the PSPC champ. Players taking their seats on the main stage, including chip leader Morten Vam.
Straddles the line between poker and the banking world.
Another businessman, Marcellus Simoes.
Calls himself an amateur, but he's got a ton of titles in Brazil.
Tony Cervantes has made his first ever trip to Europe to play this main event.
That has 1 lucky stamp in the passport.
Erkan Sermetz is the last remaining online qualifier.
He's a father of 4.
Hugo Pingrate is a hedge fund manager with some decent poker results. Dragos Trofimov is a former Platinum Pass winner. Incredibly, the guy who was chip leader at the end of day 1 is still chip leader. Morten Vam playing close to 9 million. Marcellus Simoes has an 87 big blind stack. Cervantes and Trofimov are the 2 shortest stacks, but with 38 big blinds each, no one is short stacked. No one is in the danger zone.
Oh, you almost got me again.
And there are significant money jumps. Next player out, 167 grand. More than €500,000 for the runner-up, and close to €1 million for the winner.
I know we get a little jaded, but that's a lot of money.
Good point, well made. Blinds are 40,000, 80,000 with an 80k big blind ante, and the action will start on American pro Jaime Cervantes. And he will fold under the gun.
Disappointing.
Online qualifier Erkan Sönmez also passes. Hugo Pingray is out. Dragos Trofimov has folded the button, so it's blind v blind. Marcelo Simoes in the small.
King high, blind on blind, sure, why not?
He raises to 205,000. Morten Vam, the chip leader, has 10-3 off in the big.
This one I think he can fold. Okay.
He defends. And these two players go to the flop. Well, it's top pair for Simoes and bottom pair for Havam.
Yeah, this could get Havam into some trouble.
Simoes continues for 175,000.
Once you call pre-flop with 10 tray, you're certainly not folding a pair of 10s.
Vam calls. To the turn. 5 of clubs. Simoes now has a flush draw as well as top pair. He becomes a 91% favorite.
He's been running pretty pure since we've been following his progress.
He's checked the turn. Vam checks behind. River for free. 9 of diamonds. The board gets straightier.
Yeah, it's quite a polarizing board.
Simoes betting 230k.
It's kind of a weird bet for top pair.
That is a call from Vam. And Simoes will table the winning hand.
Well done.
And the Brazilians are loving it.
Brazil is only getting warmed up. Hope you brought your Vuvuzela.
Simoes now playing 7.6 million. Pretty sure that guy on the right was in Prague.
Good memory. It's starting.
Erkan Sönmez under the gun here. He folds. Hugo Pingray. 9-8 of diamonds.
Could be an okay hand to open, 6-handed, depending on who's in the blinds.
He raises to 180,000. Folded around to Simoes on the button. He passes. Morten Vam in the small blind has 9-7 of spades. He calls.
Another fairly odd pre-flop call, but when you have all the chips, you get to do what you want.
Jaime Cervantes has ace-10 off in the big blind.
Now, this is a good hand, but from what we know of Cervantes, he does not bloat the pot.
He calls as well, so 3-way to the flop. It's ace, king, 6. So top pair for Cervantes, not a lot for the other fellas.
Top pair, very good kicker, playing it cautiously.
Playing in flow, action check to the pre-flop aggressor. And Hugo Pingray will continue for 200k. Gets a fold from Vam.
And check calling a bluff is exactly what you want in this situation.
Cervantes calls, heads up to the turn. It's the 8 of clubs. That's a pair for Pingray, but Cervantes is still way ahead.
Some folks would slow down now.
800.
Not Pingray, 800,000 into just over $1 million.
Yeah, my guess is he doesn't really expect to have much showdown with a pair of 8s and a 9 kicker.
Cervantes makes the call, and this hand goes to the river.
Pretty big pot here.
Barry Greenstein, ace on the river, giving Cervantes trips.
Always nice to make trips.
Checks a third time.
Is Pingray really going to bluff at this?
All in.
Yes, he is. He is shoved on Cervantes. It's all into call.
I guess you just have a full house.
No.
Jesus.
Yes. Is this gonna work? Oh, yeah.
The shot clock is ticking, making this decision even tougher.
Totally. Agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of these are gonna be used.
Time bank card deployed.
I guess you could just have like sixes or kings.
It does seem like that.
Obviously, I just called down with the ace and flush is a lot.
Yes.
You just have to have a full house there.
Not necessarily.
Jesus Christ.
Big time agree. Same. Jaime has taken the more passive line at just about every opportunity.
That multi-way too. So it's like, what am I supposed to have here? Obviously. I guess you just have kings, sixes, or ace king.
Cervantes folds.
Though.
Pingray's bluff gets through.
He has a6.
That was awesome.
You had a6?
I guess he had a6.
He did not have a 6. Why not tweet Jaime and tell him? Tag it, EPT Monte-Carlo.
Maybe don't.
Here at the PokerStars European Poker Tour presented by Monte Carlo Casino, we have just witnessed an incredible bluff at the main event final table.
Sick love. Sick love.
Hedge fund manager Hugo Pingray making his intentions clear. He's here to win.
When it comes to me, I know my strengths, my weaknesses. When you play against these guys, I'm not afraid, I'm not impressed. If I wanted to go back to poker, or if I wanted to play poker for a living, I would do good, for sure. The first EPT I played was EPT Deauville back in 2013. I finished 21st. My elimination came with 2 aces against 2 kings, so that was quite devastating. And the guy who basically two-outed me went on to win the tournament. To win this tournament to me would mean everything. Trying to picture that in my head and do whatever I can to come back home with the trophy.
Very, very impressive that he snuck a bad beat story in there. Well played.
Blinds are up to 50,000, 100,000 with a 100K big blind ante.
This is my favorite blind level. Ask me how many big blinds somebody has. Go on.
Stand by. Action starting on Erkan Mets. He folds. Okay, how many big blinds does Hugo Pingray have?
60.9. The human calculator strikes again.
He is incredible. He is raised with Queen 9 suited to 200,000. Dragos Trofimov's got 10s in the cutoff.
All right, given what we know about Pingray's early raises, I think this is a mandatory 3-bet. Without knowing that, I can understand taking the cautious route.
Trofimov just calls. Marcelo Simoes has ace-4 suited on the button. He calls as well. The blinds fold, so we go 3-way to the flop. Oh, hello. Top pair for Pingray, nut flush draw for Simoes.
This is why I like a pre-flop 3-bet with 10s.
Check.
No continuation bet from Pingray.
Interesting check with top pair.
Trofimov checks as well.
Yeah, I don't think 10s can bet this.
Simoes betting 360,000 with his draw.
Yeah, let's build a pot. I assume Pingray isn't altogether too upset about this bet.
Simoes now being railed by Brazilian poker legend Andre Akari.
All right. Maybe contemplating a raise?
just calls, and Trofimov folds, heads up to the turn. Which is the Jack of Hearts. So Pingray is now a 3-1 favorite.
Check.
He checks a second time.
Probably would not hate another bet from Simoes.
Got close to 1.6 million in the pot. And a bet of 800,000 from Simoes.
Yeah, so that's more than half pot. You don't love it with top pair not such a great kicker.
But Pingray calls. Let's have a river card. It's the Ace of Hearts. Simoes gets there the hard way.
Ping gets dinged.
Check.
Checks again, and Simoes checks behind. Tables the winning hand.
Vamos.
Oh, this is my favorite song. There really isn't enough singing in poker.
Marcelo celebrating, taking the chip lead and enjoying the support of his rail, which does now include Andre Akari, who we spoke to earlier on.
So I know Marcelo since 2011, and he's probably one of the best non-professional players in Brazil. So every time that a Brazilian guy is in any final table, we sing, we celebrate, we scream, so it's nice. And put some pressure on others, so it's great. Poker in Brazil is exploding year after year, so with this winning, it's going to be even better.
All right, James, hear me out. EPT Brazil.
A, that's a country, not a city. B, not in Europe. Blinds up to 61-20, and pocket nines in early position for Jaime Cervantes. Raises to 275,000. It's been folded to the blinds. Trofimov gives up the small. Simoes in the big, has ace-king.
Oh, boy.
And he shoves on Cervantes.
Oh, Jesus, dude. That's a big shove.
It is a big shove. I genuinely don't know what you're supposed to do here.
Are you shoving eights? Jesus Christ. Only because I think you're going to do it with eights.
He calls, huge flip alert.
Tá ganhando, tá ganhando.
It's actually one of the better case scenarios for nines.
Well, Cervantes needs nines to hold, or he's the first player out.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Aw, that's cool.
The flop is 7-6-5. So far, so good for Cervantes. He turns a set.
Well, he can't go broke now.
An 8 would chop it.
Yeah, 8 would be fine.
What? It is an 8.
Everyone gets their money back.
Quit playing. The tournament is for this guy.
That's fine. Huh?
So we might as well quit playing. He's gonna win it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
My friend.
So, both players river a straight. This is a chop pot. And you know what they say?
Could have been a lot worse.
No, they say, everyone loves a chop pot. Simoes still chip leader. Hugo Pingray currently the shortest stack. And Pingray's under the gun here. Folds. Trofimov's out. Simoes. Not playing this one. Vam has passed, so we have Jaime Cervantes in the small blind with ace-4.
How's Jaime gonna get beat up this time?
Just calls. Erkan Sernmetz in the big blind has Trey deuce of clubs.
Maybe Cervantes limping to induce a raise and get him with the old back raise?
Sernmetz makes it 395,000.
I would rather not take a flop with 3 high.
395.
And Cervantes calls.
Okay, not trying to back raise, just limping out of passivity.
The flop is King, King, 9. Ace high still good.
Is passivity a word or is it passiveness?
As you're so fond of saying, read a book. Cervantes checks.
Ace high doing real good here. However, Sernmetz, the betting lead.
Yeah, makes it 280,000.
Now, if you're not planning on some scenarios where you get to showdown with ace high, best to fold now.
Well, Cervantes calls, which means we're going to the turn. Which is the 9 of clubs, giving us a double paired board and giving Sernmetz a flush draw. Cervantes has checked for a second time, and looks like Sernmetz is betting a second time. Ooh, that's 490,000.
I don't even know if you can call this a semi-bluff on a double-paired board, but let's do it. Ace high is looking pretty good at this point. IMO.
Cervantes calls again. Going to the river with nearly 2.5 million in the pot. Okay, Sernmetz pairs his deuce, but it doesn't count. He's playing kings and 9s with a 3. Ace high, still good.
Ace high.
Nice hand.
Jaime probably relieved to not be faced with another monster decision.
Adds more than 1 million to his stack. He's up to 5.3 million.
Ole, 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 ole. I don't have a rail, so I have to make my own chance.
Oh, buddy.
Well, are you looking to start your own poker adventure? You can begin that journey today. Find out how by heading over to PokerStars. Welcome back to the PokerStars EPT presented by Monte-Carlo Casino. Qualifier Erkan Sernmetz is in trouble after that failed double barrel bluff. And during the break, he lost even more chips.
Ace high.
Nice hand.
On the other hand, chip leader Marcelo Simoes is on the ascent and piling on the pressure.
1 million.
I believe you. Vamos.
As we rejoin the action, Marcelo has increased his chip lead to more than 15 million, a 76 big blind stack. Meanwhile, Pingray, Cervantes, Trofimov all relatively short, and Erkan Sernmetz is in the danger zone.
Danger zone?
With just 5 big blinds. And those blinds are 100,000, 200,000 with a 200k big blind ante. Action on Hugo Pingray. He's under the gun.
Hugo claimed to not care about ICM, and he has been putting his money where his mouth is.
Ace 4 of clubs. He folds.
Huh. Raises 8-9 of diamonds, but folds ace 4 of clubs. Huh.
5-3 off for Marcelo Simoes in the cutoff. And here we go. Putting the rest of the table to the test.
Especially Erkan Sernmetz,
who's all in with ace deuce, and Simoes is priced into call.
Whoops.
5-3. 5-3. 3-5 para bicudo e duque. Essa nós ganhamos, fica tranquilo.
Magic time.
Vamos.
Seems like a pretty good spot for Simoes.
Nope. 2-pair for Simoes on the flop.
Wow. Not even an ace will be enough to take back the lead.
Well, there is an ace on the turn. That is some hope for Simoes. He now has 10 outs.
Ace deuce versus 5-3 and ends up needing runner.
The river is a blank. And Erkan Simoes is eliminated in 6th place.
Well, the Simoes kids can thank Marcelo Simoes for getting their dad on an earlier flight.
It's sick to be a sport like this.
Simoes qualified for this tournament for $530. And he is cashing out for 167,050 euros. And then there were 5.
You know what they say, I'd rather be lucky than... That's it, I'd rather be lucky.
Simoes' chip lead goes from ridiculous to really ridiculous.
Well, maybe that'll open things up for the rest of the players now that the short stack is out.
King 9 for Simoes.
Olhem.
Yeah, he's now open shoving on everyone at the table.
Well, he's not just shoving in his short stacks.
Pingray's got ace-king.
And he said he doesn't really care about laddering up, so this is a slam dunk call.
He calls all in. And he has the dominating hand.
Ronaldo, vamos.
So Pingray is a risk, but he is a 76% favorite. The flop is King-Jack 5.
Ronaldo.
All right, for those who don't know, Ronaldo was a soccer player and his number was 9.
Ronaldo!
How does he do it?
An ace or a jack on the river needed for Pingray to survive. It's a 5. Simoes does it again.
Well, Pingray died doing what he loved, totally ignoring ICM.
Hugo Pingray, 5th place finisher in the EPT Monte-Carlo main event for just shy of €250,000. And Marcelo Simoes is now looking unstoppable. He has more than 22 million in chips. That is more than double the stacks of the other 3 players combined. Wow.
Meu nome é Marcelo Simões Mesquil, tenho 55 anos, sou do Brasil, Rio de Janeiro. Eu sou o maior ganhador de torneio de primeiro lugar do BSOP. Eu tenho 16 vitórias de BSOP, já ganhei main event. Não é a primeira vez em Monte-Carlo. Primeira vez em Monte-Carlo eu vim em 2008 assistir Fórmula 1 e não retornei mais. Essa cidade maravilhosa, fantástica. E agora retornemos para jogar o torneio EPT aqui e está dando tudo certo, graças a Deus. Estamos pertinho de levar o título. Sim, meu principal apoio é a minha esposa, que está aqui do lado. Isso é minha motivação.
How much would you pay to run for a day as hot as this guy seemingly is all the time?
Action here on Jaime Cervantes, who's got ace-jack under the gun.
1 million.
And that is a pretty committing raise, more than a third of his chips.
Vamos.
Vamos.
Round to Morten Vam, who's got 9s in the big blind.
Against Cervantes' stack, it's probably going in.
How much you had? 3?
2.8.
2.8, thanks. All in.
Vam shoves. Cervantes calls, and we are racing.
Rolling. Yeah.
Cervantes needs to hit to survive.
Ooh. Hey, no matter what happens, good luck, man. Yeah. Take care.
Oh, a hug.
Well, if Vam loses this flip, he'll be left with just 10 big blinds.
What does it matter when Simoes has $1 million?
The flop is King 8-4. Nines are holding.
Spade would keep it interesting.
King of clubs on the turn. Vam now an 86% favorite. Cervantes needs an ace or a jack on the river. It's a 5.
Take care.
Okay,
Take it
man.
down,
Thanks.
Vamos.
Okay.
Take care, man. Vamos. Hey, good game, man.
Sick round, brother. Sick
take
round.
it.
Take care.
Good job.
See you in Vegas.
For sure. Sounds good.
We're down to 3. Jaime Cervantes, on his first trip to Europe, cashes at the EPT Monte-Carlo main event for nearly 300,000 euros.
Pretty good. On my first trip to Europe, I got ripped off by a cab driver.
So Morten Vam has chipped up, but there's still a slight discrepancy in the rankings. Marcellus Simoes with 113 big blinds, Vam playing 42 bigs, Dragos Trofimov just 4 big blinds. He's done a decent job laddering, though.
Absolutely. Make money doing nothing. That's the real American dream.
Simoes has raised the button. Vam's called in the small with Jack 6. Trofimov with Ace 4 in the big.
Let's go.
All in.
And much like the term quiet quitting, I don't think Simoes is going anywhere.
He calls. And Vam calls as well. The flop gives Simoes top pair, but it's 2 pair for Vam. Not looking good for Trofimov.
Yeah, Trofimov's yesterday news, but is Vam going to take chunks out of Simoes?
Well, the Brazilian has bet 400,000. Vam calls. We go to the turn. Which is the 2 of hearts. Vam now a huge favorite. Checks a second time. Simoes betting a second time.
Vam is going to take chunks out of Simoes.
500,000. Vam calls. The river is a 9, and Vam just got counterfeited.
No. Look, no offense to Simoes, but no, this is just so improbable.
Also, we are going to lose Dragos Trofimov in this hand. Vam checks the river, Simoes checks behind. And more celebrations from the Brazilians as we go heads up here in Monte Carlo. Dragos Trofimov, 3rd place finisher.
GG, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Trofimov came into the day as the shortest stack, managed to ladder up those payouts.
Hello. Good luck, man.
He cashes out nearly 400,000 euros.
Big Trofimov fan.
And we are going heads up in Monte Carlo. It's Morten Vam against Marcelo Simoes. We are heads up at the PokerStars EPT presented by Monte Carlo Casino. On the line, almost €1 million and the coveted title. It's Marcelo Simoes versus Morten Vam.
My heads-up game is not good, but it's not horrible. I feel pretty comfortable knowing that I'm not perfect, and no one is, I think, but I just try to do my best and have a great time.
Sim, eu tenho muita experiência. Eu já ganhei 18 torneios, então a experiência é vasta. Já ganhei 18 e perdi 6, né, nesses 2 torneios do Poker Hub. Eu vou tranquilo, é bom. Fácil de jogar, não é que vai ganhar, mas não é difícil.
Heads up 24 times. Has Eric Seidel been heads up 24 times?
And look at the chip advantage he has. 25 million versus 7 million. Blinds currently 100,000, 200,000. And Vam with king, queen off on the button, raising to 500,000. Simoes, ace 3. He re-raises to 2 million. Vam could legitimately get it in here.
Yeah, Simoes wants to end things quickly, it seems.
But Vam is just calling. Does have the advantage of position. The flop is ace, queen, 7, so it's top pair for Simoes and second pair for Vam.
Was there any other way this was going to happen?
Simoes bets 500,000.
Just a costly second best hand for Vam,
who calls and now has less than pot behind.
So what's the run out going to be here? King 3?
An 8 on the turn.
Check.
Simoes checks.
And that check might get him paid on a river bet.
Vam checks behind. The river is the 8 of clubs, pairing the board.
Well, this is a pretty clear value bet.
Will Simoes shove on Vam? No, bets 2 million.
This is about half of Vam's remaining stack. You really can't blame him for calling. A queen's going to be good here a lot.
He does call, and that's done a lot of damage to Vam.
How'd he get the trophy already?
That is Lucas Scaffini, who won a side event here in Monte-Carlo a few days ago.
Odds are there's going to be another trophy to match that one pretty soon.
Lines are now 125,000, 250,000. Huge advantage for Simoes.
Huge does not even cover it.
First to act on the button in the small blind, 8-5 off.
Am I raising or am I raising? Raising.
625,000. Jack 7 of spades for Morten Vam.
Certainly good enough for a call.
And we will see a flop. Well, once again, it's top pair versus second pair, but this time it's Vam with the advantage.
How much though?
2.4. 2.4, yeah.
240?
Yeah.
240.
Simoes bets enough to put Vam all in.
Call.
And Vam calls.
Do we have this right? Vam has the best hand. Is there something on the lens?
I can confirm that Vam is set for a double up.
Connect 7 med 8-5. I have a 7. He has a 5. I have Jack 7.
The turn card is an 8.
No!
2 pair for Simoes.
No, this is pandemonium.
The Brazilian is on the verge of victory.
Quero! Tá duvido! Vamos lá então! Põe!
Vam's got 5 outs. And he hits one of them, a jack on the river to give him a better 2 pair.
Yes, this friend right there, he is a vibe. He is competing with an entire country.
Simoes still has like a gazillion chips, by the way.
Yeah, that double up is kind of insignificant when you look at it. Just 2 more double ups to take the chip lead.
Exciting stuff, huh?
Vam still has a lot of work to do, but crucially is still in this thing.
It's just 4-1.
Vam with Queen Jack offsuit.
Two paint cards. Things are looking up.
Raises to 500,000. Simoes with ace-5.
Sourdough.
Calls.
No 3-bet.
The flop. is king 8-3, so ace high still ahead.
Big swing and a miss for queen jack. And unfortunately, I do not think Simoes is ever folding to one bet.
Vam bets 450,000. Simoes calls with the best hand. Turn card is the 4 of spades, so Simoes picks up a straight draw and is still ahead right now.
It was going to be tough to get him to fold ace high. Getting him to fold a straight draw is going to be impossible.
Oh, Vam's going to take another stab at this. That's 1.1 million.
I said he wasn't folding for one bet. He is not folding for 2 bets.
Call.
Simoes calls. There's 4.35 million in the middle. Vam's got 4.25 million behind. The river card is a 6. The board bricks out for both players. Ace high still ahead.
Check.
Simoes checks.
I don't think Simoes would fold for 3 bets.
Vam gives up. He checks behind.
Cover your ears. Wait for it. It's going to take him a second to see the ace high wins. There it is.
Is Brazil about to have its first ever EPT champion?
I would root for Morten Vam, but who would ever root for the quiet underdog? Gross.
27.5 million versus 4.7 million. Vam with king 10 here. Raises to 500,000, and what a time to pick up kings!
Oh my goodness.
Simoes re-raises to 1.3 million.
This is a huge portion of Vam's stack.
He just calls. We're going to the flop, which sees Vam flop a gut shot, but he's still a 4-1 dog.
This is going to feel like a good board for Vam.
Simoes continues for 1 million.
All in. Call.
All in and a call. Simoes within reach of the trophy once again.
Man, you expect that shove's going to get through some of the time, but nope, you run into the literal top of Simoes' range.
Morten Vam needs an 8. Simoes knows this could be his moment. The turn card is a 5.
Calma, não vamos ficar quietinho.
Only an 8 on the river saves Morten Vam.
3 vermelho. Olha lá, eu vou falar, 3 vermelho. Ah, yeah. 3 vermelho.
He has 4 outs. He misses. Marcelo Simoes becomes the first Brazilian champion in European Poker Tour history.
Make that 19-6. With a celebration like that, you know the title means more than the money.
Incredible scenes. And why not? What a moment for his country. Morten Vam, the runner-up, cashes for nearly 565K. Marcelo Simoes gets nearly $1 million. All 6 finalists made 6-figure scores. Our first Brazilian champion actually gets 939,840 euros, and of course, the coveted EPT title and trophy. What a fantastic end to a fantastic tournament. So great to have the European Poker Tour back again, and we hope you join us next time from EPT Barcelona. For now, from Joe Stapleton and me, James Hartigan, it's good night from Monaco.
É um dos dias mais felizes da minha vida. Parece que eu tô num parquinho de diversões e montanha-russa, sobe, desce. Mas no final é satisfatório, estamos aqui com o troféu, primeiro prêmio. Vamos ter brasileiro, é nosso. Foi muito divertido e eu espero repetir outras vezes, se Deus quiser. A todo o pessoal brasileiro, todo mundo que torceu por mim, minha família, minha mulher, meus amigos, meu coach, e Deus me iluminou. E estamos aqui, em Monte-Carlo, campeão do main event.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome poker content. And check out this video. The YouTube algorithm seems confident you'll like it.